Hey YouTube land, it's Tychonders here doing another action figure review. Now, it's been a while since I've done any figure reviews, obviously because of the current climate at the moment. I just haven't been, well, not I haven't been motivated, it's just I haven't been able to sit down and go through what I wanted to review and stuff. I've been kind of busy, so this is a figure review for Series 1 Mcfarlane Chief Hopper from Stranger Things Season 1. This is older figures. It was done 2018, I think. It was what it says on the box. So it must have been released around then. So before I proceed, I just want to say these video reviews are intended for collectors over the age of 13 plus. And if you look at the box, when I show it to you, you can see that the figure in this box is intended for collectors 13 plus or 12 plus anyway. So onto the box itself. So it's the standard Stranger Things box that was with the same all the Series 1 figures. Now we don't have the other figures at the moment. We have an image of the kids with the bikes, 11, Hopper, Grace, Will, and I'm trying to think of Mike's sister's name, which I can't off the top of my head, all on the cover. And then when you flip around to the back of the box, you have images of the other characters that are available, but just images of the actual characters, not the figures, except for the 11 figure, which was part of this wave. So it came with 2 figures. Each wave was 2 figures. So it was Hopper and 11 were packed together. I think Mike and Will were packed together, and Dustin and Lucas were packed together. Now I have reviewed Mike, Will, Lucas, and Dustin. I never really got around to picking up 11 and Chief Hopper, but I managed to pick this up off eBay recently, so hence the review. So one of the things that's interesting, and I'll go through it on this, if I remember correctly, the original prototype for Hopper, he looked like he was going to have a removable hat, but they changed that before finishing the production of him. So instead of getting the removable hat, which would have been quite cool, he just has 2 accessories instead of the 3. Sorry, he has 3 accessories instead of 4. The hat is non-removable. He comes with a coffee mug, which fits nicely into his left hand. Unlike the other figures, he doesn't actually come with alternate hands. Now, when you first get him, to get the coffee mug into his hand, you might need to heat up the hand because the thumb and trigger finger are quite close together. But if I just pop it out, you can see it's just a white mug. There's no print on it. It's just a kind of white ceramic looking mug. But as I said, the thumb and index finger are quite tight, and the hand is sculpted in such a way that he holds the mug quite nicely. He comes with a base, which is one of the other accessories. It's a good look at the head sculpt there. Get a zoom in on it. And he has a working pistol holster with a pistol, with a sort of magnum, I think it is, or it's at least some type of 6-shooter. You have to kind of work it into his hand, but he does hold it quite nicely. You can get the trigger finger on the trigger, so that it's quite nicely done. It's quite nicely painted as well. You see they actually added the brown for the handle, the gunmetal, even the little silver dot on the side where the handle is kept together, and the black of the handle. And it sits nicely in his holster. His holster is a little bit rubbery, so it does sit on the side and you can move out of the way for articulation, which I will get into in a minute. So lightness wise, it looks quite like David Harbour, I think is how you pronounce his name. So it's quite a good likeness. You have the Hawkins police icon on the side, you have the American flag on the other side, his name badge, and his sheriff's badge. Articulation wise, his arms can go out that much and rotate all the way around. Has a single jointed elbow with a swivel. As you can see just here, the elbow is on a It's on a kind of whatchamacallit system, where it clicks into place. Hands are on pegs and can rotate around. Same with the other side. His hands are also swivel. In fact, that's how the hands look. They have a peg and a hinge on them, so as long as you move the hinge in the direction you want, you can get it to hinge the way you want it to do. He does have a waist swivel. He can't really do splits too much on this side because of the holster. It does get in the way, but he can kick out that much on that side. He can move his legs forward that much. Can't move it back because of the sculpting. You can get a small bit back, but not much. He has a single jointed knee. In fact, it's probably better on this side with a ratchet. That was what I was aiming for on the elbow. He has a ratcheted elbow with a swivel as well. And then he has swivels on the feet, but they're hindered by his pant sculpt. But he does get quite a good bit of range of motion. His legs do look a bit weird because they have this weird cut on it. So when you're put him in seated position, you can see it kind of splits up. But that's due to the way the hinge and the articulation works on him. But overall, it's quite nice. Overall, he's a really good figure. I do recommend picking him up if you can. He's a bit... he shouldn't be too expensive. Oh, he also has foot pegs. So he can go onto that stand. So for a measuring, or for height-wise, he stands a little... just around 7.25, 7.5 inches with his hat on. So he's not too bad. And then just for a scale comparison, I have one of the NECA Predator figures. This is one of the older ones, the City Hunter. So you can see he does stand quite well in that. Interesting fact about Hopper is his design. Apparently his design and basically look is supposed to be designed off Harrison Ford from the Indiana Jones movies and Han Solo. He's supposed to have that kind of personality. And another thing I found out is the truck that he drives in the series, his police truck, is actually designed to look like the ones that were in the film Jaws. So there's a bit of interesting backstory for him. Overall, oh, and another interesting note is the fact that his name is Jim Hopper, which is also the name of the first guy, the first team that you see from Predator 1, the one that has been already killed and you find them hanging. Arnie's team finds them hanging. The name of the guy dog tags that are on that Billy throws to Arnie says Jim Hopper, which is also the same name as Chief Hopper's character, so he's Chief Jim Hopper. So another little bit of trivia for you. So overall, he's a good figure, and I do recommend picking him up. So if you can get him, do get him. Don't pay over the odds for him. Try seeing if you can get him for a reasonable price. And as always, I hope you enjoyed this video review, and I hope you liked my video. Cheers, guys.